In this video, we are reacting to your hottest of hot takes in the filmmaking world. If you haven't seen part one of this video, you can go check it out right up here where I reacted to your hot takes that you sent me on Instagram. And today we're going to do it again, stir things up a little bit. The first hot take we have is that you can't make money doing this. And look, it is definitely competitive. I don't know if this person is talking specifically about filmmaking or like sports filmmaking, but there's a lot of people who want to make videos for a living. It's really fun. And because of that, it's kind of hard to make money in the same way you would in a traditional job. It's not like every single job making videos like in the filmmaking community is a full-time 9-to-5 like salaried job with benefits. There's a lot of freelancing that happens, and a lot of people are full-time freelancers making or trying to make money doing this, which can be draining if you're one of those people who has to constantly find clients and doesn't know exactly how much money is going to end up in their bank account at the end of this month. But that said, there are full-time jobs filming and editing videos. I have one. If you can differentiate yourself from the crowd, either online or in person with your networking skills, then you can make a full-time living as a freelancer in whatever space you want to tackle and niche yourself in. So is making a living as a filmmaker harder, or is the path to doing so a little bit more untraditional? Yeah, absolutely. But to say that you can't make a living doing this, that simply isn't true. So this is a bad take. Our next take: sometimes it's okay to not film in S-Log2 or S-Log3. And S-Log3 is the picture profile on Sony cameras that's going to give you the most dynamic range. It's going to give you the ability to push the colors in your image to where you want them to be and make your image look how you want. And it's what I shoot most of my videos in. That said, if you're a beginner who's still learning camera basics, if you're working on a project with a really quick turnaround where you maybe don't want to color grade from scratch and want to have a product that comes out of your camera more complete, if you're using a camera that doesn't shoot with good enough color depth to actually grade log footage without it breaking on you and looking like unusable garbage, then you may not want to shoot in S-Log2 or S-Log3. So even though that's what I shoot most of my stuff in, that doesn't mean that's what everyone has to shoot everything in. So this is a good take. Next up, we have zooms over primes, and this is a spicy one. I use a lot of zoom lenses. I mostly own zoom lenses. For what I specifically do, sports, zoom lenses are great. Being able to zoom in, zoom out, reframe my shot on the fly is incredibly helpful for me. And zooms do give you that added versatility and can be more cost efficient because you don't need to own 10 zoom lenses to cover your entire focal range that you may need to do on any given job. Whereas prime lenses, they're going to be smaller, more lightweight generally. They're going to usually be sharper and higher quality, and you're going to get a faster lens with a lower f-stop available to you. And all those things can be great depending on what you're filming. If you're in a controlled environment and you have time to set up, get the shot you want, put the lens on that you want, dial in your settings, and on your own terms, film it and make it work, for example, filming an interview, then primes are most likely gonna be the way to go. Don't get me wrong, I love my zoom lenses and they produce really good image quality as well. I'm not saying that zooms look bad or anything, but there's use cases where even I'm gonna throw on a prime. For example, when I'm filming pregame, I love filming on a 20mm prime, and the sharp look that I get with that lens, I just don't know if I could replicate it with a zoom, and I don't even know if I necessarily need a zoom when I'm shooting that wide. So to say zooms over primes all the time just isn't true, because there's times where even I prefer a prime, and I'm a stan for the zoom lens. So this is a bad take. God, I said stan. That is, I don't even think I used that right. Our next hot take is that the A7 III, not the 4, the 3, is still a good camera in 2024. And look, the A7 III doesn't have all the features of its successors like 4K 120, 10-bit color. It still has the old menu. It doesn't have autofocus or stabilization that are quite as advanced as the newest cameras. but it is a full frame camera at a fairly competitive price. Mind you, cameras like the Sony FX30 have made this price competition a little bit more stiff considering the feature sets of the two cameras. But if you're a beginner who doesn't need all the newest features, or if you're looking to get a full frame camera that can produce good images, and trust me, I've produced good images with the A7 III for the 2 or 3 years that I had it, and I'm confident I can still produce great images with it if it's in my hand, then you may want to consider getting an A7 III instead of spending $4,000 or more on a more modern full frame camera. So am I going to make some clickbait title about Sony A7 III, best camera of 2024, you need to get this? No, I'm not. I'm obviously not going to. That's just not true. But depending on your situation and where you're at as a filmmaker, could the A7 III be the best camera for you to pick up right now, even in 2024? Yeah, I think so. It just depends who you are, but it can still be a good camera. So I'm gonna say this is a good take. And our final filmmaking hot take of the video is social media ruined it. And this is a tricky one. I can't even fully give you an unbiased answer because I run a growing YouTube channel. So of course I'm not going to say that social media absolutely ruins filmmaking, because it directly benefits me and I'm having the best time on social media talking about and doing filmmaking with and for you. But I see what this person's saying, because when you log on to social media, you see all these other people's work and you can see other people getting opportunities that maybe you haven't gotten yet or you don't have access to for this reason or that reason. And it can be demoralizing and make it hard to just focus on making the videos you're making, being at the level that you're at and enjoying that process. But when you can kind of spin it and look at social media as a positive thing, where you're getting ideas and drawing inspiration, that is where social media can be really positive. If your mentality isn't right, you're not approaching it the right way, or you just unfortunately started comparing yourself when you shouldn't be, then yeah, absolutely social media can ruin filmmaking for you. But it can be a really positive tool as well. So I'm gonna say bad take, but I feel you, and hopefully you can change that idea so that social media isn't ruining filmmaking for you, it's making filmmaking better for you. Anyways, that's going to be all for this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, because I post videography and video editing tips and tutorial videos similar to this one on a regular basis, and would love to have you around for that. Drop your filmmaking hot takes in the comments section. I want to hear them and I want to use them in future videos. If you have any questions about anything we talked about today, let me know. I'm always down to chat, and that's going to be all for this. So until next time, peace.